Do you ever wonder how your retirement savings compares to other people? Are you curious about the average retirement income in the United States? You need enough income to meet your own needs, which will be very different from somebody else's. An AARP survey conducted in 2024 found that 1 out of every 5 adults age 50 and over have nothing saved for retirement. No money. That's just crazy. I like to look at the median numbers. That's the middle number in a data set. I think it's a more accurate representation of retirement income. Averages, or the mean, can be pulled higher by the small percentage of wealthy retirees. That 3.2% of people that have millions of dollars saved for retirement will skew the data when you're looking at averages. The big difference between the median and the average is because of that very small number of people who have very large retirement accounts. That significantly raises the average above the median, so I'll just be referring to the median. I looked at Vanguard's How America Saves 2024 report. It showed the median qualified retirement account balance in 2023 for all ages. It was $35,286. For people 65 and over, the median account balance was $88,488. That's alarming. This was the 2023 numbers. The 2024 data wasn't available yet. Most people, almost 97% in the United States, retire with less than $1 million. Like I mentioned earlier, only 3.2% of people retire with $1 million or more. That's a very small minority. So when experts say you need $1 million to retire, take that with a grain of salt. According to the Motley Fool, the monthly median income for U.S. adults 65 and over was $4,191. That adds up to about $50,292 a year. This is the median income for individuals, men and women combined. I'll link this article below, but keep in mind that a chunk of that income comes from Social Security. Social Security benefits make up about 1/3 of income for most retirees. The average monthly retirement income from Social Security was around $1,877 as of November 2024. I looked and looked for median Social Security information, but all I could find was averages. But at least the difference between the highest Social Security benefit and the lowest isn't millions of dollars like it is with retirement savings. So if you take the monthly median income and subtract the average Social Security, that means retirees are pulling around $2,314 a month from some other source. That's $27,768. This may be coming from savings, retirement accounts, pensions, part-time work, or other streams of income. $1 million is out of reach for most people. Most people also really don't know how much they'll need for retirement, and they often overestimate it. $1 million might make sense as a target number for someone who has a higher income, but for most people on a modest income, you won't need nearly that much money. It's hard for people to imagine how far their savings will go in retirement. There's no single magic number or formula for knowing when it's financially safe to retire. I want to remind you that you need enough in retirement to meet your own needs, and that'll be very different from someone else's. No one can tell you how much you need to budget or how much you need to live on. We all have such different expenses. The actual size of the nest egg you'll need depends on so many different factors. You need to consider your income, your marital status, your expected longevity, and where you plan to live. You want to consider how healthy you are, if you have debt, if you own your home, and if you plan to leave money to your heirs. These things make a huge difference. What people think they'll need for retirement and what they actually need is often miles apart. Trying to project spending for a 30-plus year retirement can be tricky because we can only think in today's terms. But planning is so important because then you'll have a target amount to aim for. You're not just saving as much as you can and hoping it'll be enough. There isn't a one-size-fits-all amount of money that's enough to retire on. You have to put the time in tracking, calculating, and planning to figure out your own personal retirement number. I have a video about how to do this that I'll link below in case you're interested. Two things frequently overlooked when calculating a retirement budget are healthcare and taxes. Both could put an end to your retirement if you don't plan for them. I have videos about healthcare options for early retirees and how to save money on your taxes. I'll link those both below also. So how does the average American ever retire? It really depends on your lifestyle. Here's some ideas that could help. Pay off your house and your car. Become debt-free. Don't forget to factor in the Social Security and a pension if you'll have one. Don't forget about Medicare at age 65. Consider starting a side gig. Create passive income. Reduce your current expenses. Also, most people when they retire tend to have lower taxes. You also won't need to have as many nice clothes and you won't put as many miles on your car. You could move to an area with a low cost of living. If you do that, your costs will go way down. Enough money is an important concept to analyze for yourself. In retirement, you may not need a 3-level home in an upper-class neighborhood. Some people think they can only be happy living the exact same way in the exact same place until they die. You can actually be happier owning less, and it can cost you much less too. The world is a big place. There are more beautiful, interesting places than you'll even ever be able to visit. You could find a place that has everything you care about that costs a lot less. Having $1 million in your bank account isn't the source of all happiness, and it isn't the only way to retire comfortably. A comfortable retirement will look different for everyone. Not everyone wants a lavish, expensive retirement. Even if your portfolio is way below $1 million, you may still have options to retire comfortably. So in summary, for people 65 and over, the median retirement savings amount was $88,488. The median income for U.S. adults 65 and over was $50,292 a year. But a chunk of that is coming from Social Security. How much you need in retirement depends on so many different things. Spend the time planning and do the math. Figure out a retirement target number for yourself that's as accurate as possible. Retirement is somewhat of a leap of faith. Do you feel like you have enough saved for retirement? If so, what did you do to feel confident about it? If you want to share, feel free to leave a comment. If you're seeing me for the first time, hi, I'm Julie and this channel's Happy on Monday. Thanks for joining me. If you found this helpful, please like. And if you're interested in early retirement, consider subscribing. I'm going to leave you with a quote. Stop for a minute, breathe, and be proud of how far you've come. Hope to see you again soon.